in the middle. Have your foot bar up as well. And then we're going to come on to very far. So we're going to step on this way here. Let's have that right foot in front. If you want, you can push the toes up. I don't know if you can see how I have my toes there. If not, you just have your foot flat. Your standing knee is going to be bent. You're on the ball of the left foot, so you're pushing through the ball there. Hold nice and tight on either side of that long box, and you're going to push out and in. We're going to do 20 reps of these to warm up. So it's like a glute kick back, but we're going to be working both legs here. So I'm going to do a nice leg heavy class. We're going to try to do the whole body here, but some nice glute and leg action. So breathe out as you extend that back leg, pushing through the ball of your foot. 20 reps here. Keep your core nice and tight. Control your movements. You should feel that back glute. And come back in. And then we're going to lift. So you got to have your balance here. You're still on that foot bar. Very slowly. Push this forward a little bit. Down and up. Down and up. So the movement's small. It's a standing lunge. 20 of these. You feel that back leg go slowly because you're going to feel that imbalance. Stay with the core here. Move slowly. Keep your back nice and straight. Very small range of motion because we don't want to feel that knee. Stay with the breath. Of these. Then bring your hands back down. Stay in that lunge. You're going to push this leg forward and back. 20 of these. So you're going to feel both legs now. So I'm going to try to move my hands so you can see what my leg is doing. Pushing forward and back. My back knee is still bent. Push that carriage and in. Push and in. So both legs are really firing here. So when we get to the other side, it might be a little bit harder. That is normal. You're going to feel that back glute, that back quad, that front quad. Even the calf muscle. Straight and bend, straight and bend, straight and bend. Let's switch legs. So other side now. You're going to press the ball of that right foot up against the foot bar. Bend your supportive knee. Straighten and bend. Glute kick back with that right leg. 20 reps. Core engaged. Nice and tight. Extend, pull it in. Extend, pull it in. Stay with the breath. All the way out, all the way in. If you can straighten that leg all the way, get that full range of motion. Hit your 20, and then find your balance here. So come up to that standing position. You're going to push the carriage forward slightly here, so you're working that front leg, and then down and up. Small range of motion. You are not going to need to go down very far. You're going to feel that quad on the right, probably glute on the left. So can see how slow my range of motion is. It doesn't have to be big. It's not going to be big. My right quad is on fire right now. 20 of these. Bring those hands down when you hit your 20. Keep that back knee bent, and now I'm pushing forward and back with this one. Back knee stays bent, 20 reps. This is just our warm-up. Legs should be on fire here. Halfway there. Stay with the breath. Bring it all the way back. Let's stay with one red. Let's work those arms a little bit here. You're going to come down onto your knees. Your knees will be on the back platform. And your bum is kind of pushing up against here just to give us a little bit of leverage. Make sure you're gripping the box. So you have your thumb on the inside just so you don't move. Come down here into a nice tabletop position. Push the arms forward and back. Shoulder press. So let those elbows wing out when you come in. Let's do 20 reps of these. All the way out, all the way in. Push. Keep your core nice and tight. Don't sink down in that upper body. Feel that in the shoulders, the delts up here, maybe the traps, a little bit of triceps too. Works the whole arm. So we're going to do another set of 20 of those just to make it work a little bit deeper. So reset your position, wing out those elbows, and push forward. Push. Another set of 20. Going all the way out, all the way in. Take breaks when you need them. Should be harder in the second set. Bring it all the way back. Nice arm work there. Come off the reformer. You're going to drop your foot bar down. So take your platform out. Foot bar down. If you have a white spring, you can go to a white spring. If you don't, you can use one blue spring. But we're going to take this, the springs out, move that gear bar. First position closest to the carriage. So we have a nice low tension here. Blue or white. Platform comes back on. Let's work the core a little bit here. So you're going to bring your knees on the platform. Elbows down onto that long box. Push forward. So you're in a nice knee plank here. Straight line from the shoulders to the knees. Tuck that tailbone under. On an exhale, you push forward slow, back slow. Forward, nice and slow. You want to feel your core here, not your lower back. Not anything in your back for that matter. So if you push your elbows too far forward, then you might feel it in your back. We want to keep it in the core. Move slowly. Elbows in front of the shoulders, elbows underneath the shoulders. 12 reps like this, and then we're going to add little pulses. You should feel Still more core as you push those elbows forward. When you get to 12, you stay here. Little pulses. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Bring it all the way back. Round the spine. And then rest here. Let's take the, keep the elbows the way that they are. We're going to bring the feet onto the foot bar now. Come into a plank and then turn your feet. So you're in a side plank. We're going to lift to a pike. Lower back down slowly. 10 of these. Lift. Try to keep the legs as straight as you can. Up on the exhale. Inhale, come down. Working that bottom oblique. Nice and slow. Last one. Hit your 10. You can take a nice stretch in between. You should feel that bottom oblique, probably still your arms too. Just stretch forward. You can even do a few of these, a few spinal mobility stretches where you're arching, rounding in between those movements. It's nice to just reset so we can start fresh on the other side. So same thing, we're going to bring the elbows down, turn, other way, drop those hips, lift them up. Drop, lift slowly. Down, you keep your elbows underneath your shoulders for these ones. It's just the hips that are lifting slow. Down, slow. That bottom oblique should be fire. Last one, hit your 10, come back, take that stretch again. Reach forward. You can stay there in that kind of mock downward dog, or bring it in, push it up. Round and articulate the spine, and push to release. So you're going to step off the reformer. We're going to go back to legs. If you want to add more intensity for this, you can grab some weights. I would say probably no more than a 5 pound. 2 to 5 pounds is usually okay. 3 is somewhere right in the middle, and that's a good weight. Otherwise, you might find the 5 get a little bit too much. Gear bar in the middle. One rep. Foot bar up. And we're going to come on to the reformer. So it's a little bit awkward to get into this one first. In and out of it is a little bit tricky, but once you get in here, it'll be fine, trust me. So I usually get in like this. I sit on here. My shoulders and my head are going to be resting on the long box, and it's short waist, as you can see, it's the short way. So just kind of follow me as I get up here. So I would get comfy on here. So my head, my shoulders are resting on the long box. Then I'm going to bring the balls of my feet onto the foot bar. So this is going to be a lot of glute, a lot of hamstring. You have to watch here that your back doesn't sink down like that. Scoop that tailbone under so the pelvis is up and your core is engaged here. If you're using those weights here, I don't have my weights nearby, but just I'll do the arm movement. You're going to bring the arms out into a T. The elbows are going to be slightly bent. Keeping those hips high, you're up on your tippy toes. So really, really press through the balls of your feet. Your heels are high. Tippy toes. You're going to push out and in. You're not going to go out to a full lock of the knees. You go out about 30 extension, otherwise I'll lose my position. We want to be working. If you're not doing the arms, you can just rest them wherever you want. We want to be working here. Hamstrings, glutes. Keep the hips lifted up. Keep the core nice and tight. We're doing 20 reps of these. If you're using those weights, we're going to work the pecs here. Stay high on those tippy toes. Open. Slowly in. Open. So we're going for 20. No idea where I'm at, but it feels like I'm close to 20. Let's do one more. We'll call it 20. If you're doing the weights, you're going to rest the arms here. And now we're going to stay in this position, lower an inch, lift an inch. 20 lifts like this. Down, squeeze. Down, squeeze. Little lift. Squeeze those glutes. Keep your core nice and tight. Just squeeze and squeeze and squeeze. Keep going, squeeze. Send that breath down into the glutes. Squeeze it. And up. Down an inch, up an inch. Down an inch, up an inch. 20 reps of these. And then stay in that lift. If the one leg is enough for you, or sorry, both legs down, stay there. If you want to make this a little bit harder now, take one leg off. If you have the arms, you're going to go back here. This time the arm movement is this, like a chest press. Extend your leg here. You're going to push out 3/4 and in. A little bit of coordination here, I know. So if the arms are confusing you, leave those arms out. In like a bicycle with the legs. 10 like this on each side. Keep those hips lifted. You should not feel your lower back here. Stay with your breath, stay with your core. When you get to 10, you rest the arms, lift, lift, up, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You switch legs. You should feel that in that whole glute muscle and hamstring. Up, out. Into the chest, extend. Use those lower abs. Straighten and bend the arms if you're doing it. Don't lock those knees when you go out. And then stay here, lift, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, and 10. Bring those legs down. So it's a little awkward to get off of it. I usually bring my heels first, and then just kind of shimmy off as best I can. No real easy way of getting in and out of that. Come off. Now it's up to you for your tension here. Try with the red. If you're stronger in your arms or you want more arm work, use one red. Keep your gear bar where it is. My arms are not that strong, so I usually go on 3/4, which is one blue and one white. So if you don't have a white, it's either the red for full spring heavier or one blue, a little bit lighter. We're going to step over. Let's do the left arm first. Grab your strap. We're going to work those triceps. So you're going to step over with the left foot. The right knee is on the long box. You're holding down with the right. You're going to grab the strap with the left arm. Be careful here. You don't want to move fast. You don't want to fall forward. So core stays nice and tight. The higher up you grab this, the harder it's going to be, the more resistance you're going to have. So straight arm first, 12 like this. Move slowly. Up and down. Keep that core engaged. You should feel like you have to use it to keep you stable. So if you think of that, your core being your anchor, that's what's going to keep you from falling. That's what's going to keep you stable on the reformer here. Another exercise for the tricep, same position. This time, we're going to bend and straighten the elbow. So I loosened it up. If you saw that I just went to the big loop instead of the small loop. I find this one a little bit harder, and especially because I've already used my tricep for that first exercise. I loosen it up, but everybody's different. That's the beauty of the reformer. You can adjust. So if anything doesn't feel right with the tension that I gave you, make it harder, make it easier. So you're doing 12 of these. And then once you hit your 12, you should feel those triceps. You can drop that left strap. We're going to switch sides. So we would do exactly the same thing on the right side. Straight arm first for 12 reps. Bent arm for 12 reps. So the right foot steps in front now, the left knee on the box, holding with that left hand. Straight arms, 12 reps. All the way up, all the way down. Use that breath. Pilates breath, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Take a rest in between to rest that tricep because we're going right back into that same muscle group for our bend and straighten. So you try to keep that elbow right beside the rib cage as you do your tricep. In and out. 12 reps of these also. Try to straighten the arm all the way back. So if you cannot straighten the arm all the way back, if you kind of get to here, you can't go any further, you need to lighten your tension. We want that full range of motion with the arm. So you work to lengthen and strengthen the muscle. We don't shorten and tighten with half moves. That's the difference between Pilates and some other types of workouts. So once you hit that 12, you can drop your strap. We're going to straddle the machine. If you're on a blue, you go back to one red. The setting for this is one red, gear bar in the middle, and you're going to grab one strap. I like to put my feet in the front here. So we're going to go into a half rollback to get the abs working a little bit deeper. The half rollback is this, scooping under. So I'm rolling off my sits bones, scooping my tailbone under, and I'm coming to the point, you should get to a point here where you feel your abs working. Should not feel your back. So you can always go a little lower, a little higher. The key is to get this flexion, this little scoop in your pelvis. So we're going to do that facing this way here. Grab the strap, the big loop I would grab. Go into that half roll back. You're going to rotate and twist your torso. Bring it back. Rotate, twist. We're doing 15 reps of these. So yeah, you're going to feel a little bit of arm. So you keep going for 15. But you want to feel that connection with the obliques. You should feel core more than anything in this one. And when you rotate your torso, you're rotating all the way. So you can see I'm starting facing this way. As I rotate, my shoulders and my head are going to turn all the way in the other direction. So that's going to give that nice work in the whole, both sides of the oblique. Move slowly, twist, slow, 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 twist, slow, 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 slow. So 15 reps of those, and then make sure when you go to the other side, you switch ropes. So we've got to switch to the other side. You're going to grab that rope, you find that position that works for you, you scoop and lean back, and then rotate that torso, bring it back. Rotate slow, even slower on your return. Full rotation, look over that shoulder. Keep your core nice and tight. We don't want to feel the back. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Of those. So if you did that correctly, you should feel that whole waistline kind of coming in and releasing. So let's go back to, let's drop our foot bar down. And we're going to take the gear bar, first position, closest to the carriage. So you could do, if you have a white, you go on a white. If you don't, for this one here, you could go on no springs. Either one blue or no springs. No springs is going to be hard. So just be careful with the no springs because we want to make sure that we don't go out too far. So this is going to fly. If you have no springs, you're not going to have anything to support you here. So just be careful. Bring your elbow down. Bring your knees to the top. We're going to go back into those obliques. You're going to push the carriage away. So if you find when you have no springs on here, this is too difficult to control in, put on that blue. Hand can be down here if it's too much for the support of shoulder, or up here. Little lifts. Squeeze and lift. So my hips are stacked. My pelvis pushed forward. We're going to do 20 reps of these. It's a very small, little lift and squeeze. Drop down. So I'm not even coming in very far with that carriage. It's more about the lift, that little kind of crunch, that flexion of my bottom oblique. If you start to feel like the shoulders getting fatigued, you put the hand down, have a little bit more support. As long as you're in the right position here, you will still work through that oblique. 20 reps of those, and then switch over to the other side. So you turn, and you can see when I set up here, my knees are right up at the top and right up against that, that long box. And then I'm going to push away, push my pelvis forward, and lift. Small little contractions into that bottom oblique. The top knee just floats here, right? You can see that just floating up. Small little crunch. Turn to the center now. Knees right up at the top, elbows towards the bottom. You can keep the same tension. One blue, one white, or no springs. Just be very careful with the no springs. Drop down into a plank, so a knee plank. You tuck that tailbone under, pull the belly up. Just like we did the other way, we're going to push back and forward. So I can use a little bit more range of motion here, so I'm going to bring my knees a little bit further back, because now that's going to allow me to go back a little further. So again, here we want to make sure we don't let this go into the back. If you feel your back, you're bringing that too far back. We're going to do 12 reps of these. Using that exhale as you go back. Exhale, when tucked under. Slow. Last one. Bring it in. Sit back, take a child's pose here. If you want more, you just stretch back, widen those knees, allow that back to release. And maybe here, if you want to release the spine a little bit up and arch the spine, and exhale, push forward. So just a few of these. Again, just to mobilize that spine in between our exercises. It's always helpful to just mobilize the body in between some of those intense exercises. Come all the way back up. We're going to go back to our legs. So on this one here, you're going to take the long box, bring it back towards the headrest. Short ways again. Lift your foot bar. Bring your gear bar back to the middle. So in the middle you could do one red only. You could do a red and a blue. That's a little bit more intense. So I would say probably start with a red and a blue, and then if that's too much, lighten it up. Start heavy and then go from there. 1 foot on, 1 foot off. You're going to bend your standing knee. Now you can have your elbow down like this for support, or stay lifted like this. 25 kicks to the side like this. Straighten, bend. Keep that standing knee bent. Exhale when you go out. 25. Out and in. Out and in. So switch to the other side. Another set of 25. And you'll see it better on this side, where I keep this standing knee nice and deeply bent. So that makes this supportive leg have to work. The second side always feels harder. Okay, and in. 25. Should really feel it right in here, both blue cheeks. Especially if you're doing it unsupported, way harder. And way harder on the second side also. And then let's keep that gear bar in the middle. And we're going to put on one blue. One blue only. So this is a core exercise, but because we have a heavier tension, you're actually going to feel a lot of work in the arms, a lot of work in the quads as well. So you come up like this. I usually put my foot on my tippy toe against the long box here. And then you're going to pull one knee into the chest. Hold this knee into the chest as you pull in and out. 10. Keep that core nice and tight. Other side. In. Keep that gear bar in the center. One red, drop your foot bar down. This time, turn that long box. Long ways now. So we're going to come on this way. You're going to feed the straps. Go as high as you can. If you can get them above the knees, great. If not, you bring them as high as you can. And you're going to have the straps, the metal parts on the insides of the legs. You're going to lie yourself down. So the idea here is to make sure that we keep ourselves in our imprint, which is going to be the challenge. So if you bring your bum further back, it's going to be harder. If you bring your bum further up, a little bit easier. So start somewhere and then adjust where you need to. You got to go into your imprint. And you have to stay in your imprint. So that back flat the whole time. You won't have anywhere to rest your head, so just support with your hands. Bring the legs up to tabletop. So if you let your legs go past your 90-degree line, you can see my back starts to lift, my surface starts to take over. My range of motion here is so small. I'm just going to pull in, crunch, stop. Knees in, stop at that 90-degree area. So for me, I could use a little bit more resistance, so I'm going to move myself back a little bit. Find my imprint again. You're going to do 15 of these. So if you already started, just count to your 15. And you can see when I'm doing these crunches, I'm not allowing that lower back to lift up. The movement is super small, but that pulling of the knees and that little lift of the upper body is going to work nice and deep. Resting down, taking a stretch. We'll do another set. This time we're going to go to the obliques. So same idea. Find that imprint. Pull the knees in, twist, center. In, twist, center. 10 of these. If you want to make it harder, stretch in the center. Pull here, stretch. Just be careful when you do that double leg stretch. 90 degrees so you don't let your back lift. And then come all the way up. Let's take the straps out. And try that one for the core. So a little challenge on this one, because we're coming up to our Pilates teaser position. So we're going to try this. You can go on the big loops or the small loops. The small loops will give you more of a pull up, but it'll be a little bit harder for your arms, and the bigger loops will give you more abs but less arms. So you can experiment to what works best. So same idea here. You want to make sure that you're not too far back. You control where you want to be here. You're going to be in your Pilates imprint. So your back flat here, no supporting of the head, but we don't need to stay here too long. So you're going to open the arms, open the legs, double leg stretch, and then come in, try to lift up and hold, pause in that teaser. Roll down, open, lift, down. And you can see my legs. We're aiming for 10 reps of these. We might not get there. And that's okay. So my legs are only just shy of a 90-degree position. you can hold this position up. You can come a little lower and get your back flat. Stay lifted there. Biceps. 10. Look towards the knees. Try to keep the shoulders and neck relaxed. Try to keep your upper back lifted. So you see the difference? There's here, hard, here, harder. Lots of abs here. Woo! 10 of those. And then leave these down. Let's work a little bit more of those glutes. Why not? It's a nice heavy leg class today. You're going to stay on one red, but move your gear bar to the first position. Trust me. One red. Now this is how you need to get onto here. This way and this way only, because I don't want anybody to face plant at home. So have your knees down, your bum down, exactly the way that I'm sitting here. When I put this around my foot, I'm not going to lift up because I can face plant forward. So I'm going to pull this around. See how I didn't lift up? I just hooked it around my foot. And now I'm going to come onto my hands and knees here. I'm going to allow this to go out to the side. So, recruiting the lower abdominal muscles to start this exercise, the glute and the hamstring to finish it. So hold wherever it feels comfortable. Up and down. Straight leg, 15 reps, if you can. Point that toe. You will feel that in both glutes. The supportive glute has to work to stabilize you, so you should probably feel that one almost as much as the working glute. And as most exercises, we will feel that second side a little bit more because we've already worked both legs. Strap on the side, pointed toe, use the lower abs, and then that glute, finish it. 15. And 15. Carefully take that strap out. Let's keep the box where it is. And let's keep the setting. If you want, you can stay on the one red. I feel like the red is quite intense for the arms. You can always change it. So if you want to work those arms really challenging, then stay on the red. If you know your arms or your shoulders, if you have any issues in the shoulders or anything like that, you're going to want to drop down. So I'm going to go, instead of one red, I'm going to drop down a quarter of a spring to a red and white. A blue and a white. But a blue is fine too. When I get to the second exercise, I usually switch to just one blue anyways. Get on this way here. Straddle the machine from the back, grab those straps, pull, hook on. So get your hands here. And then you just shimmy down. So boobs are on for women. Arms out to the side. All the way forward. Slight bend in the elbows. 12 shoulders, straighten the arms, bend back. 12. Feel those shoulders. So that one's nice because it gets shoulders, biceps, triceps, all of that. One more for our arms in this position. I would up your tension here. So for me, I'm going to add a red onto this. You might want more. If you do, just add more. Bicep curls, in and out. 20 reps of these. Straighten all the way back. Just bend at the elbow. Keep your neck nice and long. Look down at the straps. So it's a nice neutral position. So just let go of those straps. Drop to one rep. Stay where you are. Lift your foot bar up. Push away. And let's stretch the spine. Up. This is a beautiful spine stretch. And then push away. Up. Drop the shoulders. Open the chest. Open the heart. Stretch the spine. Bring it back. Lift. One more. And then release down. Come off. Let's take that long box off. We're going to do one more plank exercise and then we'll stretch out. So long box comes off. Just leave that aside. Keep your gear bar where it is. So it should be first position still, closest to the carriage. Drop down to either a blue or a white. You have to have springs for this one. So either a blue or a white. If you don't have a white, it's a blue. I usually actually go on a blue on this one, even though I have a white, because it is quite intense. Think of it like a bicycle. So as one knee comes in, the other one straightens out. But we're going to do that in a plank setting. So you would come onto here, stay on your tippy toes. We're going to do 10 reps on each leg. So we did something similar earlier with the box. Kind of the same, but we're going to add an extension of the leg, which makes it harder. Starting the plank with one knee to the chest like this. As this knee comes in on a bend, you're going to straighten this one out, just like a bicycle. Straighten, bend. Stay on your tippy toe. We'll switch legs. 10 on the other side. You might feel your heart rate a little bit go up on that one too. Tippy toes. Plank first, knee into the chest. In, out. Straighten and bend. Come all the way in, push back here. Stretch those hamstrings. And then come down onto the knees. Switch to a red. Widen those knees out. And just push away. Slide the right hand in the center of the foot bar. Push away. You can sit either mermaid or just cross-legged. If you want to go deeper, you can come into kind of like a pigeon. So your leg is extended here. And you're just going to push and push. Lift. One more. Down. And up. You can stay in that mermaid, just bring the foot in or cross-legged. And now we're just going to side stretch. Inhale. Side stretch. Inhale, one more. This time, bring that hand and just push. You feel that nice opening in that right side of the body. And then bring it back. Switch over to the other side. So remember, you can just stay like this. Up and down. You did on the other side. You want to take it into the pigeon. Just stretch the legs a little bit deeper on this one too. And then turn. If you're in that mermaid position, you can stay there or cross-legged. And now we're just going to reach, stretch over. Inhale, bring it back. Reach. One more. And then bring the hands and twist down. Come all the way back up. And we are all done. So I think we got everything in there. We got core, we got arms, we got legs, we got glutes, we got hamstrings. Total body workout. Thank you so much for watching.